is enough said.
Happy Friday, Heat Nation! Your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Would really appreciate the support, you guys. Smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Y'all already know the drill. So let's rock and roll on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. You know your boys got some extra pep in his step because it's Friday, the weekend's here. Football started yesterday, another game tonight, football on Sunday. But also, the Miami Heat are going to training camp, y'all, at the end of this month. So these boys are going to get together. The Miami Heat are going to be acclimated. They're going to have a full training camp together. And I'm excited. Heat Nation, I want to know what you think. Now, I talk about the Miami Dolphins, football. Miami Dolphins going to be coming up big, you guys. I see a big year for the Dolphins. Maybe not a Super Bowl, honestly, but I think the Miami Dolphins can definitely get a playoff trip. If we can get past the first round, that'd be cool. Honestly, I know Super Bowl will be great, you guys, but I'm just tired of the same thing for Miami Dolphins football. You have a great start to the season. You bust a cap in the middle of the year. You end mid. You get to you get to the first round and you get flopped. Like, that's been the Miami Dolphins story for years now. So I'd just like to see a far playoff trip. Give me an AFC championship. Hell, I'll take a Super Bowl by even. But we don't talk about Miami Dolphins football here. We may pretty soon, actually. I got something coming for y'all. But right now, we're going to stick with Miami Heat basketball, specifically on training camp. Because it was reported recently, you guys, by Ethan Skolnick at the 5 Reasons Sports, that the Miami Heat have only guaranteed 2 players in the starting lineup. We all know who that is. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. The 3 spots apparently are open. That's what I want to hear. I want to see some competition in training camp. I want to see people fighting for position. I want Nikola Jovic to earn the starting power forward position. Don't just be given it because of what you did last year. You got other people to compete with for the starting power forward position. You got Kel'el Ware, who's waiting in the wings wanting to be the starting center. Remember what he said in draft night. Bam could be the 4, he could be the 5. We all know that's what we want. However, Nikola Jovic is going to be fighting for that spot. He earned it last year. I don't think he's just going to give it up. But then you got other guys that could fight for that spot. I'm sure Haywood Highsmith feels that a small power forward would fit. But, you never know. I'm sure Jaime Jaquez might want that. I'm sure there's other players that want to start in the guard position. Maybe some of those players I mentioned, Jaime Jaquez, Haywood Highsmith. Duncan Robinson may say, nah, I'm a better starting shooting guard with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo out there. Maybe Tyler Hero feels that he can run the point on this team, and Terry Rozier may be better as the 6th man. Not him, Terry Rozier. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens in training camp, you guys. And I love the fact that this was reported because this means this is going to be a dogfight. The 2025 season, you guys, is not a season to play. This is not about having fun. This is not about gimmicks on media day. This is not about trolling. This is not about drinking coffee. This is not about tennis games. This is anything about that. This season's about one thing and one thing only. And that's to put another year on that banner. And I've been saying this every year, you guys. And I know that I told you guys last year that I felt this was the year. But because of the injuries and because of certain people BSing during the regular season, that didn't happen. So I hope and I pray that this Miami Heat team, and I honestly feel, you guys, that this team is not going to have that same chip on their shoulder from 2023. Acting like, nah, it's cool. As long as we get in the playoffs, whoever we get, we got them. I don't think that's going to be the mindset. I've said this before, you guys, and I'll say it again. I think the team is going to listen to Spo more this year. I think Spo's going to get it in their head that they need to take the regular season serious. You can't sugarcoat in the regular season. You got to get a top 4 seed. Most NBA teams that win a championships are top 3 seeds. You should get that. You could get that if you take the regular season seriously. And what's one way taking the regular season seriously? having people compete for starting lineups. Because you have a lot of young players on this team, a lot of dogs that want spots. So I'm going to give you guys a few different lineup ideas that I feel are real possibilities. And I want you guys in the comments to tell me what you think. But more importantly, if you think there's a better starting lineup, let me know. Let's go over this lineup really quick, shall we? We know that we have our stars, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler. You got Boy Wonder, Tyler Hero, rounding out as your number 3, but you got a lot of young pieces like I've mentioned. Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, Kel'el Ware, who was just drafted. You also have Kevin Love coming back as your veteran presence. You picked up Alec Burke. You brought back Thomas Bryant. You brought back Josh Richardson. Well, he opted in. You got Terry Rozier. You also drafted Pele Larson. You also have Keshad Johnson, Josh Christopher, and Drew Smith in 2-way contracts. You also have Isaiah Stevens, who's on an Exhibit 10 contract. So is Zion Poland. One of these guys is going to take that 2-way contract from Drew Smith, my opinion. Anybody I left out? Alec Burks? No. So that's pretty much the roster that we're going with. Now, the first starting lineup that I'm going to give you guys is the starting lineup that I feel that we're all like, this is probably going to happen. In the backcourt, Terry Rozier starting at the point guard, Tyler Hero starting at the shooting guard. And before I move forward, you guys, I will say this. Let me just move forward with the lineups and I'll say it later. Sorry. Anyways, you got Terry Rozier at the point, Tyler Hero at the shooting guard. Jimmy Butler will be the small forward, Nikola Jovic as the starting power forward, Bam Adebayo as the center. I know Heat fans may all be like, yawn or ugh, but honestly, offensively, that's a pretty dope-ass lineup. Any of those guys can drop 20 to 30 on you any given night, Jovic included. But defensively, that's not Miami Heat culture. You have 3 guys, 2 really in Jovic and Hero that are not really known for their defense. Now, I will say this. Jovic and Hero did make upgrades last year on their defense. I don't care what anyone says. They both upgraded their defense. I saw that in the later part of the season. Terry Rozier can hold his own. But let's be honest, with that lineup, Bam Adebayo is going to have to exhaust himself defensively. And I think it's time for Bam to take the next step offensively. So you need to give Bam help defensively. So that's why I feel these 2 next starting lineups would work a lot better. Now remember, guys, for the Miami Heat and for Erik Spoelstra, what's more important is who closes games, not who starts. But let's be real. Starting's important. You need to start the game with a bang. And this lineup defensively does. The only thing that you're switching is Tyler Hero. You can start with Bam Adebayo at the 5. You can start with Nikola Jovic at the 4. I'm fine with that. 2 guys that are 6'9", 6'10", can run the offense with the ball in their hands, can both shoot, can both score at will. I'm cool with that. Jimmy Butler as the small forward, Haywood Highsmith as the shooting guard, and Terry Rozier at the point guard. Now, I know I've said and I've mentioned Haywood Highsmith in the past as the starting shooting guard. Some people have said that's a crazy idea. No, you guys got to look at it this way. Stop looking at the position. Look at what Highsmith does. With Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Terry Rozier, and Nikola Jovic out there, you have 4 guys that can score. You need defense. Highsmith brings defense. Highsmith can guard multiple positions. He has a 7'1" wingspan. He could guard centers. I've seen it. It's small, but he can do it while he's out there. But more importantly, this is going to give your backcourt that defensive push. Because if you have Haywood Highsmith starting with Terry Rozier in the backcourt, it don't matter who you're playing. Whoever's the better guard on the other side, that's who Highsmith is guarding. If you're playing the Grizzlies, he's guarding Morant. If you're playing the Warriors, Highsmith is guarding Steph Curry. Got it? Good. So I feel defensively this would work. May not be the best offensively, but come on. Jimmy, Bam, Terry Rozier, even Jovic, they all can do their thing offensively. And another piece to add, this would also give the Miami Heat, in my opinion, the very best bench in the NBA. Tyler Hero as your 6th man. We all know what Tyler can do as the 6th man. Jaime Jaquez as your Swiss Army knife. Duncan Robinson as your elite three-point shooter off the bench. And Kel'el Ware coming off the bench for Bam or Jovic with a three-headed monster in the big man rotation. You can also sprinkle some Josh Richardson, Alec Burks, Kevin Love. Look at that lineup, guys. Beast. However, in my opinion, that's not the best lineup that the Miami Heat can distribute. This lineup is good defensively, but it does lack a few holes. I still feel that Bam is going to have to do more defensively. So there's only one lineup, you guys, that I truly feel is the very best lineup for this Miami Heat team. And that is something we all want. Kel'el Ware, starting at the 5. Move Bam Adebayo as the starting power forward. This way, Bam can upgrade and be that guy that we know he can be offensively. And this puts a juggernaut defensively with Kel'el Ware, Bam Adebayo, and Jimmy Butler as your front court. Defensively, that's one of the best in the NBA, in my opinion. But now you need offensive firepower. You need somebody who can score and who can play very well with these three players. And I'm not talking about Tyler Hero. I'm talking about Duncan Robinson. We saw last year when Duncan Robinson started with Terry Rozier, it worked. It may not be the best defensively, but look at these three names I just gave. In Butler, Bam, and Ware. They're going to cover all the holes that Duncan lacks defensively. And Duncan's gotten better. Duncan's 6'8" as a shooting guard works. And then Terry Rozier, you guys, he holds his own. I think this starting lineup is the best starting lineup that the Miami Heat can produce. And now off the bench, good Lord, you have a bunch of young guys, hungry dogs. Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Haywood Highsmith, Nikola Jovic. These are all guys that are going to contribute off the bench and give great roles. But at the end of the day, you guys, it's about who finishes these games. How can you finish these games? Great question. Kel'el Ware at the 5, Bam at the 4, Jimmy at the 3, Tyler at the 2, and Terry Rozier at the 1. Bam! That's what you're going to close games with. Or whatever lineup is out there, whatever best fits. That's why you have the best coach in the NBA in Erik Spoelstra. But I gave you guys these lineups as ideas. But I want to hear from you. Is there another starting lineup that you feel would work a lot better? Maybe you feel Nikola Jovic might work as the point guard. Maybe not. Let me know in the comments your thoughts, you guys. Maybe you feel that one of the lineups that I chose was the very best. Let me know in your thoughts in the comments, you guys. Would really appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell because you need to get all these updates because I got some fire content coming out for you, you guys. Thank you so much for riding with me. And until the next time, your boy Ernest out. That's enough said. Yeah, buddy. Let's go.